ultimate goal of Youth Court is to keep young people out of the traditional juvenile justice system. But it also helps each individual by showing them dignity, empathy, and that they have the opportunity to grow.
We try to be personally invested in the person as a whole, not just their case.
It's a way of repairing damages caused by poor actions with students, and instead of getting a ticket, they get to do something that helps them in the long run. So they might get to do work with a mentor, or they do community service, but it's instead of getting a ticket or going to jail or something like that, where it wouldn't be helpful for them.
It just gives you like a second chance, and it helps you like reflect.
I'd say the goal is to provide an alternative to getting a ticket and allow some of these students to mess up but still not have some severe consequences to that.
I feel like regular court, it's like more of a hassle because you have to do you have to get the ticket, pay for the ticket, go to the court, and it's like, I feel like everybody makes mistakes, and it's treating them more like a criminal, so they'll think they're a criminal. And if you go to youth court, like, you do whatever you need to do, you fix it, and most likely the sentence will be something you like, so it'll help you, and then you probably won't do it again.
It helps make our community like a positive place. It helps students who've been affected by a crime. It helps them like get closure from it.
I think it is helping people because people are actually like doing their sentences, and then you don't see them at youth court again. But usually after that happens, they would get a ticket. But usually they take the route of not getting a ticket.
Also, I think it's a lot more beneficial for someone to, go to a homework club if they're failing a class, or join a club that they're interested in, rather than having to pay a ticket. It just seems like it's a lot more positive of a sentence than having just money or going to juvenile detention or something.
Yeah, I think they really help kids, who just made a simple mistake. It helps them, I think, reflect more and think more about how their actions affect other people around them.
I think that it's more helpful that it's their peers giving them the punishment, because as an adult, they don't really know the exact same things they're going through our minds, and we know what they're going through, and we can relate more. And as an adult, giving you a punishment, it feels like it's a complete punishment because they have more power than you. So when you see someone that's equal as you, and they're telling you, I think you should do this to restore the problem, it feels like, oh, maybe, yeah, that's what I need to do.
Makes it so it's not just gossip. A lot of stuff in high school in general, you hear that somebody got into a fight, somebody got in an argument, somebody stole something, or they got caught drinking. It's like it puts a real story behind it. And so you're not quick to judge anybody, like, oh my goodness, those kids get into fights all the time. But when you're in youth court, you get to the point of why are you getting into fights all the time? Is this just your natural instinct? Is this something that you've never done before? Or why were you caught drinking? Was it peer pressure? Was this actual problem that you have? We can get you help. And so it kind of puts a story behind everything instead of just hearing stuff from other people talking about it.
Before, I thought it was going to be something like kid stuff, we're going to play house.
Yeah.
Let's do this. It's just fake. But then it was actually something real that's going with the justice system. And also after, now I remember one incident where it actually went in the news and everywhere else. And then the parent was so happy that we were able to help, and they were so glad to see that there was somebody to hear their voice, because nobody else was going to hear their voice on what was happening. So we were affected by it, and I'm glad they were affected by it in a good way also.
Yeah. I agree with Marie. I feel like a couple of times, well, I've only been to one case, but I mean the time I was at a case, there was these people, and they were super emotional, and when I first came, I thought it was going to be super fake, like Teresa said, it's just gonna be like, okay, let's just go through the motions. But I mean, like when they came in and they were actually like, people were tearing up and people were super serious about what was going on. So I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of help
Get serious
people
too.
out in a good way.
Because I was
Yeah.
feeling a little
Yeah.
on the playful side.
I think I'll take away like just being able to help fix a situation rather than dig a deeper hole into that person's life, you know what I mean? Like instead of causing them more like negativity, like trying to bring them to more like positive opportunities and stuff.
For me, I would say like actually getting to know someone's story rather than like if I were to see a fight at school, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then like if they were to come here, then I'd be like, oh okay, like that's why it happened. So I guess knowing the whole story kind of helps you like understand what people are coming from or like what they've been through. So yeah.
I guess thinking of a file sticks with you throughout your whole life. So if you do something once and it goes on your file, everybody's going to see that for the rest of your life. So just giving somebody a second chance to probably fix their file up and know what they did is wrong, that's a good thing for me to do.